This is Grumpy SEO Guy, episode 19. How to keep an SEO client and why most agencies can't do it. You're listening to Grumpy SEO Guy, the SEO podcast that doesn't waste your time with nonsense that doesn't work. I'm the Grumpy SEO Guy, and I'm sharing with you the strategies that have helped me successfully run my SEO agency for the last 14 years. In this podcast, I'll be sharing my knowledge and experience, discussing tips and strategies, and trying to help you cut through the confusion that permeates this industry. If you listen to this podcast, you will know more about SEO than 99% of people on the planet. Ready? Let's get started. I'm the Grumpy SEO Guy. Let me tell you why I'm grumpy today. I'm grumpy today because, well, here's something that you don't even know about the SEO industry. Most SEO agencies cannot keep a client. Okay, now let's talk about that for a little bit. But before we do that, my lawyer tells me that I have to say this right now. A quick disclaimer before we get started. Everything I say here is based on my experience and opinion from 14 years in the industry. I don't officially know how Google or any other search engines work. Everything I say here is hypothetical and based on my experience. This podcast does not constitute advice or services. What worked for me may or may not work for you. Okay, back to the show. And when I say most SEO agencies, I'm referring to not only the consultants who are offering their SEO services online, but the big SEO agencies with the fancy offices downtown, okay? And I can say this because I know some of them. I used to live in a very tech-heavy city, okay? I've been to their offices. I've been to poker night at their offices. I've been to their holiday parties, okay? Like, before I go any further, I want to kind of clarify something that I just said, because there's probably some people listening who just heard that last part and are thinking to themselves, wait a minute, why would this guy get invited to a holiday party of his competition? That doesn't make any sense. All right. That's a good question. Let me try to explain. So this is just my personal experience. Maybe other people have different experiences. But from my experience, in the city that I was living in at the time, as I've said, it was a very tech-heavy city, okay? And there's a lot of networking and everyone kind of knows everyone. And so agencies often throw parties. They often have networking events. There's SEO events. I've even spoken at some of them and just things kind of like that. And everybody gets invited. So it's not like, oh, you're our competition. We're going to stay away from you. It's like, hey, we're all working in the same industry. Why don't you come to this thing? Anyway, I remember when I had just gotten to the city, maybe like 2 weeks earlier, I was doing something totally unrelated and I met somebody there and we started talking and I mentioned that I ran an SEO agency and she goes, oh my gosh, I work for an SEO agency and we're actually having a party tonight. Do you want to come? And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. So I went to this party at this agency and I met a lot of people that worked there. I got to see their office. I met people that didn't work there. I met another guy there who runs his own SEO agency. That's just kind of how it works. There's networking stuff all the time. There's parties pretty regularly. And everyone in the industry, usually if somebody, is aware of you, will get invited. So it's not like, oh, you're a competition where you can't come. It's like, oh, you're in the SEO industry. We're having this event tonight. Here, you're invited. So that's my experience with it, at least. Okay, now returning to the topic. I know these agencies, okay? They have amazing salespeople that can close deals, get awesome clients, make tons of money, but they can't keep a client. Do you want to know why they can't keep a client? It's because they don't get results. Let me give you kind of an analogy. Okay, so in relationships, there's a stereotype of a person who can get a lot of dates, but can't actually get into a relationship with anyone. And it's because ultimately that person doesn't bring anything to the table besides initial attraction or initial excitement. Okay? Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe you don't know anybody like that. But anyway, it's a thing. The person who has 2 dates every weekend, right? And then, but they can't find anybody to settle down with, assuming it's a time in their life when they actually want to settle down. Okay. I'm not saying that everybody wants to settle down. You know exactly what I'm saying. Okay. But it's they can get a lot of dates, but they have no high quality attributes about themselves that makes anyone want to stay with them. Okay. That's how most SEO agencies are. They got the fancy sales material and the whatever, the cool offices, and they can wow a prospect and like everything is awesome, but they can't deliver results. How many times have I said, if you're not at the top of the search engines, your SEO agency is wasting your time and wasting your money. Okay? And do you want to know a secret? Okay, like I'm serious. I'm completely serious about this. Most SEO agencies use contracts with their clients of a certain length, okay? 6-month contract, 12-month contract, etc. Do you want to know why that is? It's because they know they can't get results, but they're afraid the client is going to leave earlier than they want, which means they're going to not keep getting paid, okay? My agency, to give the opposite example, my agency, we don't use that kind of contract. Everything is monthly. I mean, like, okay, a monthly contract doesn't count because like it literally has to be monthly. I mean, you could do longer, but it doesn't matter in this case. But either party is free to stop at either time. We ask that you give us a month notice, but like you don't have to. I mean, you stop paying, we remove the backlinks and you lose your rank. It's happened many times. I'm going to tell stories about that on later episodes. But listen, we will usually say to a prospect, hey, listen, it generally takes 6 to 12 months to get decent, tangible results. Not always. I've given examples in the past of results that happened in like 2 days, okay? But 2-day results, and specifically the example that I'm talking about, it was a very low competition keyword. So yeah, of course it only took like 2 days. But anything that's like worth your time is, unless you've just discovered some amazing new keyword that for some reason like nobody else has even thought about ranking, some low competition, high monthly search volume keyword, which there's very few of those out there. But anyway, generally speaking, all the keywords that people probably are trying to rank for take some time. So we say, look, 6 to 12 months on average, every case is different. And, once we look into it more and do an assessment and get more of the data, we can generally come up with a more accurate picture. But generally speaking, it takes 6 to 12 months to get good results. Now, often happens quicker than that. I'm not going to lie, but I just say 6 to 12 months so that in 8 months, if you're not number one, people aren't like, oh, they're not getting any results yet. But the other thing, and this is okay, like here's your tip for the day. Actually, I'm just kidding. Like literally everything I say is a tip, but here's another tip for the day. You should start to see noticeable movement way before 6 to 12 months, okay? I'm not saying you're going to be at the top of the search engines in like 1 month. But if let's say I'm making these numbers up, okay? I'm just using random numbers here. And I know, for example, Google doesn't use pages anymore. They have continuous scroll where you just keep scrolling and it keeps showing you more results, but it's not actually divided into like pages. But you know what I mean? Like you scroll down, there's like 10 results and there's no page 2, you just keep scrolling and it loads more. Anyway, let's say, okay, so I'm not going to give a page number. Let's say you're in position 50. Okay, you're in position 50 for a keyword that you want to rank for. Okay, and then like after a month, you should probably not be in position 50 anymore. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be the first result, but you shouldn't be in position 50 anymore, okay? And after 3 months, you probably shouldn't even be in the 40s anymore, okay? I mean, again, every situation is unique, but if you don't see consistent upward movement, your SEO agency is wasting your time and wasting your money. Anyway, generally speaking, and let me finish that example. Okay, so let's say you're in position 50, right? After a month, you shouldn't be in position 50 anymore. You should be like 45 or like maybe 40. And again, it's going to vary with the competition, but you get the point. After 3 months, you probably want to be in the low 40s, mid 30s, maybe. And of course, every case is different. Okay, so you don't be like, well, you said that we're number 50, and then in 1 month we're supposed to be 45. We're not 45. Like, just stop. You get the point. Okay, you want to see upward movement. Generally speaking, with significant results happening probably around 6 months, unless it's got crazy hard competition, and then probably around 12 months. And we've even had cases where it took 18 months, but it was for like insanely hard keywords. One keyword one keyword had 500,000 searches per month, okay, and they started out in position 400, and it took about 18 months to get them to the top of the first page, okay, but they got there, and they're still there, and it's been like 8 years, so yeah, it takes a while sometimes. Anyways, the thing is, most SEO agencies cannot keep a client, okay, because when their 6-month or their 12-month contract or whatever is up, the client says, all right, hey, we're not at the top of the search engines. What's going on? And then the agency makes up some excuses, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we just need to make more content because the search engines love content. And then the client hopefully is like, yeah, no, you stop wasting our time. But you never know. But anyway, that's the reason that many SEO agencies use these long contracts, because they know they're not going to get any results and they're just trying to get money from you for as long as possible. My agency, like I said, we don't do that. I mean, it's like a monthly contract that literally doesn't even count as the same thing. So at any point, you know, you can quit. I don't care. But you know what? We generally get such amazing results that nobody ever wants to quit. Do you want to know how you keep a client? You get them to the top of the search engines, okay? Look, if you're a client and you're making, let's say you're spending X amount of money, okay, at my agency, and then you're making 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times that much money per month from the results that you're getting from being at the top of the search engine, you're going to keep paying us to keep you there. Why wouldn't you? That's like every dollar you give us, you get like $6. Why would you stop doing that? That's how you keep a client. It's not hard. I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, because most SEO agencies are scammers and liars because they don't get results and they lie about stuff all the time. And I'm going to do even more episodes about that, because literally that's how most SEO agencies work. But I don't understand. Just build backlinks. Just get some authoritative blogs, build backlinks, get your clients to the top, and make a lot of money. That's literally how SEO works. Okay. But nobody seems to understand it. They just make content and like change your header tags and all this other dumb stuff that doesn't work. And then, well, would you like to renew your contract? No, because we're not even anywhere where we wanted to be. You're fired. Hopefully this is the response. But you know what? I don't know what to tell you. But it's funny because, okay, so anyway, I didn't say the agencies have a problem getting clients. I said the agencies have a problem keeping clients. Good salesmen can bring in the clients. 100% agree with that. Sales is very hard. I have respect for any salesmen that are truthful and that are being successful at it, because sales is very hard, okay? But keeping an SEO client is completely different. Look, I want to just say something right here, because I know that somebody's listening to this and they're thinking, wait a minute, if these agencies are so bad, how can they stay in business? Wouldn't word get out that these agencies are terrible and they're not getting results and everybody would stop working with them? Wouldn't people leave bad reviews or something? Here's my response to that, because to be fair, that is a great question. I don't have a specific number for this, but I would guess that at least half, if not more, of the reviews on the internet are fake. I don't care what website you're talking about. I would actually bet that at least, if not more than half of reviews on the internet are fake. Now, we're not even getting into whether or not fake reviews are against the terms of service of whatever website you're talking about, okay? I would say that. Now, I might actually do an episode about this topic in the future, but in the meantime, let me just say, I would say at least half, if not more, of reviews on the internet are fake. And as you get into things like affiliate marketing, okay, which has a large crossover from SEO, because people who are selling affiliate products tend to be very interested in SEO so they can get their website to the top and get more affiliate sales than someone else, right? As you get more into affiliate marketing, I would say, I'm not joking, I would honestly estimate that at least 90%, if not more, of reviews are fake. But that's a different topic for a different day. But I'll give you a little sample of that. I actually know a guy whose business is making fake reviews for companies, okay? Like, all this guy does is create positive fake reviews for companies. And there's many reasons for that. Look, I'm not supporting this guy. I'm not endorsing what he does, okay? I think it's a pretty terrible business practice. I'm just saying I know him and this kind of thing exists. Anyway, it's not hard for an SEO agency that doesn't perform well to manage its own reputation. In fact, I literally did an episode on reputation management. It's episode 8. If you're interested in how reputation management works or how to do it yourself, go listen to episode 8. But in the meantime, look, a schmoozy salesman, some good reputation management, hire a new branding person. It's not, you can be the worst company in the world and still have a good online presence, okay? Like, being bad at something doesn't mean it should, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to get business, okay? It's just like, I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it's pretty common that SEO agencies can't keep clients. I literally hear them talk about it. I literally hear them complain about it. It's like, dude, just do actual SEO and get your clients to the top of the search engines, and you won't even have this problem. But, I don't know. So anyway, even if an SEO agency were to have like horrible reviews, and maybe, look, I don't know the terms of their scammy contracts that they locked you into. Maybe there was like a no complaint clause or something. Like you're forbidden from talking about the agency for 5 years or something. I don't even know if that's a thing. But I'm just saying, even with that, like, come on, are you telling me that you don't think that like a really good salesperson could like overcome a bad reputation like of the agency for which he works? Like, that's literally why good salespeople get paid a lot of money. Okay, it doesn't matter. And I've talked about this before, but a lot of SEO agencies and consultants like to name drop their clients, okay? And I've talked about this before, but this is a huge red flag, okay? If you're listing your clients on your website, you're automatically not trustworthy, okay? Look, I have asked our clients if I can put their brand on our homepage and say, hey, our clients include such and such. And this is going back years that I've done this. Every single client said no. Do you want to know why? Because they don't want their competition to know who's doing their SEO, okay? That makes perfect sense, by the way. So it's like maintaining their competitive advantage, okay? Like they just don't want anyone to know what SEO agency they're working with. And by the way, this is normal when you're dealing with real SEO agencies, okay? The real SEO industry is very secretive. So, and another thing on this topic is a lot of SEO agencies and SEO consultants will lie about who their clients are, okay? And look, I talked about this on another episode, but I saw this consultant once, okay? And on his webpage, he had our clients include, and Google was listed. Google wasn't your SEO client. Google doesn't ever need to hire an SEO consultant. Do you want to know why? Because they're Google and they can just do whatever they want on the search engines. They don't need to hire somebody to do SEO for them. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But you know what? Do you want to know why people lie like that? It's because people who don't really know a lot about SEO they're going to be looking for like an SEO agency or an SEO consultant or something. And they're going to see this guy and they're going to say, oh, his clients include Google. Oh, I've heard of Google. They're that search engine. Oh, wow, this guy must be awesome. Too bad he's a liar. So I don't even know what else to say. Like, it's just, it's a way, like listing your clients, whether you're lying about it or not, is a way of trying to get social proof, as if having certain clients actually means you're good at SEO. Okay. Do you want to know another thing? And I've talked about this on another episode too. Just because you got a good client doesn't mean you actually got results for them. You want to know what? They probably canceled after 12 months because you're terrible and your contract expired and they didn't get any results. And then they went on to another SEO agency that might have actually gotten them results. So, I mean, it's like a humble brag. Our clients include, and then they list like Google and like whatever other big name tech companies are, you just like well-known companies that like are supposed to like give them like prestige or something, like, oh, we work with all these awesome clients. That makes us cool. No, it doesn't. It means probably, first of all, you're a liar. And second of all, it says nothing about any results that you actually got. And on the topic of actually getting results, okay, just a little sample of what we're going to talk about in the future. You know how I said most reviews on the internet are fake? Okay, all SEO results are fake unless they are verified by a third party, okay? It's really easy to put together some fake case studies and some fake SERP charts and be like, oh, this is our look at Google. We took them from page 100 to the top of the search engines. We're so awesome. Yeah, good job with your fake Excel charts that aren't even real SERP charts. Like, good job. It's not even convincing, but like, this is what people do. This is why I say 99% of SEO consultants and 99% of SEO agencies are scammers. Anyway, just, I can't even explain it right now. Just all SEO results are fake unless they are verified by a third party. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. But anyway, about that guy who said Google was his client. I guarantee you if I reached out to Google and said, hey, did you work with such and such SEO consultant? They'd be like, yeah, no, we don't even know who that guy is. So I don't know, man. I'm just saying. So even the whole point is this, even if an SEO agency is terrible and they're not getting results, which is probably the case, and they can't keep a client, which is probably the case, it's still easy for them to get more clients because all they have to do is go online and lie or just hire some good salespeople who can like schmooze through the nonsense and, you know, hire a person to rebrand their agency or whatever. Like nobody cares. Like, are you telling me you don't think a good salesman can get past a bad reputation of the company for which he works? Yeah, that's why salespeople get paid a lot of money, by the way. Anyway, so I'm just saying, to answer the question of, well, what if an SEO agency was bad? How come they stay in business? It's because they have great salespeople and because they lie about their clients and because nobody even really cares. And people who don't really know a lot about SEO tend to believe all the sales routines they hear from these SEO agencies like, oh, content is king. We're going to make you some really great content and that's what's going to get you to the top of the search engines. Yeah, how's that working out for you? And they tend to go for flash rather than substance. So, I mean, don't most things work that way anyway, though? Like, come on. But it's like, I don't know how to explain this answer, but I hope that I've done a good job explaining it and this makes sense. By the way, for anyone who's wondering how to hire an SEO agency that will actually do SEO for you, I'm probably going to do an episode on that in the future. Now, I discussed this in another episode, but I'm going to say it again because it's a very important point. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you will be successful at that thing, okay? And just because you can make a lot of sales doesn't mean you're good at the thing you're selling, okay? Or if you're doing sales for like a company, it doesn't mean that company is good at the thing, right? For example, agencies that do SEO, some of them have amazing salespeople, bring in huge clients with enormous pockets, okay? So much money changing hands for about 6 to 12 months until they realize they're not getting any results and they bounce, which is the correct answer because they're not getting results. And that's what you should do if you're not getting results from your SEO agency. I don't know. Anyway, if you think I'm kidding, I want you to pause this podcast right now and I want you to go to your computer and I want you to Google things like, why is it so hard to keep an SEO client or average length of SEO client contracts or things like that. And you will literally see tons of articles, discussions about how minimum 6 to 12 month contract, and sometimes you're not even allowed to cancel it. Because why? Why can't you cancel it? Because they want your money, and they know that if you were going to pay them based on the results that they got for you, you would leave because they're not getting you any results. That sounds pretty scammy to me. Why do you think I say 99% of SEO agencies are liars and scammers? It's because of nonsense like that. I have literally never, in 14 years, I have literally never done a 6-month or 12-month contract. What I have done is had monthly, you know what? It's not even a contract, really. It's like you pay us every month and we keep your links online. And if you decide for whatever reason that you don't want it, if you're not satisfied with the results, if you sell your company, which like honestly happens more often than you think. We've had a lot of clients sell their company and the new buyer, the firm or whoever that acquired them like doesn't want to keep working with us. I'm going to include some details about that in a future episode because it's the weirdest situation that I literally don't understand. The short version is a long-term client who was doing exceptionally well at the top of the search engine for many, 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 many years, got bought out by another company who didn't want to work with us anymore. And I'm like, are you sure you don't want to work with us anymore? Are you absolutely certain? Because as soon as I pull these backlinks, you're going to lose your rank. Oh yeah, we're sure. And then, so what do you think happened? Exactly what I mentioned would happen. Anyways, so like you're paying us. Okay, that's cool. We're keeping your backlinks online. You're probably at the top of the search engines, and then you're just going to keep paying us because you're getting amazing results. If you're not getting amazing results, yeah, cancel them. If you get bought out and the new owners don't want to keep working with us, yeah, cancel them. That's totally fine. There's no contracts. There's no nonsense. Why? Because contracts are shady and scammy, and the only people, honestly, that I can think of that use any sort of contract with a massive duration are scammers who know that they can't provide value based on the actual work that they do. So they lock you in with some nonsense for 6 to 12 months so that, I don't know, and then they make up excuses. And like, I honestly just don't even ever work with an SEO agency that has some long contract like that because it's dumb and they're lying to you and they're ripping you off. Okay? Just seriously, just don't. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, you shouldn't have to do that, okay? Like, I don't know, man. After a couple months, we'll talk to the client and we'll say, hey, look at these results you're getting. You were in position 50 or whatever. Now you're in position 30 or, whatever. Let's keep going because look, we're making progress. Proof of concept. It's working. Let's keep going. Oh yeah, let's keep going. That sounds awesome. And then eventually they're at the top and they're making lots of money, hopefully from the keywords, and then why would they stop paying us? That's how you keep a client. That's how you keep an SEO client. It's not even hard. I've heard big SEO agencies whine that they can't keep a client. More clients are leaving us. Maybe we should lower our prices. No, maybe you should get them results. Are your clients at the top of the search engines? Oh, well, sometimes with the content and the Google and it takes a long time. Oh my gosh, just stop. Or just outsource it to us, which is like probably what you're eventually going to do anyway, honestly. I've said this before a lot, actually, but many of our clients are SEO agencies that don't even understand nor have the resources online to do the work themselves. And by work, I mean link building and generating authority for clients, which is what actually gets you to the top of the search engines. So they hire an agency like mine to do it for them. It's hilarious. It's hilarious in like a why don't you guys just do this yourself? It's not even that hard way. I honestly don't get it, but like whatever. Anyway, you know what else other SEO agencies do besides not get their clients results? Okay. Let me give you a little background on this. So recently, I've been going on job interviews for SEO positions at various agencies and companies. And I'm going to do an episode in the future where I tell you all the questions they asked me and where I reveal how little some of these, quote, SEO agencies actually know about SEO. Anyway, I was looking through the job description for one of them last night, and it said something like relevant experience or whatever. And it was like 5+ years upselling agency services. And I'm like, oh, gross. Like, first of all, SEO agencies should stick to SEO. Okay. I've said this before. Most of these we'd like full, I don't know what you want to call them. I don't want to say full service because that implies like the entire SEO, assortment of services. But I mean like agencies that do SEO and content development and website development and paid search and conversion optimization and all this other stuff and like 50 things or like 5 really. And like this is okay. Anytime you see an agency who does that, okay, there's a 99% chance that they don't do any of it and they're outsourcing all of it, okay? So basically they're doing nothing. All they are is middlemen. Middlemen don't do anything except collect more money than they should and then pay the people who actually do the work. So I saw this job posting and I'm like, gross. Like, so what they're trying to do, okay, again, because they know they're not going to get good SEO results, probably because most SEO agencies can't keep a client. So what they do is they try to upsell you on all this other nonsense. We'll redo your website. We'll rewrite your content. Conversion optimization. And it's like, those are very important things. Very important things, okay? A website without good conversion optimization is probably not going to make a lot of money. I would probably say that is an argument that you could make. But search engine optimization is about getting to the top of the search engines. It's not about any of this other nonsense, okay? It's not conversion optimization. It's not paid search, okay? SEO and pay per click are completely different. So just, I know you know that, but like people don't know that sometimes. They get very confused. I've spent many a sales meeting explaining why cost per click is not an SEO metric. So people just get it confused anyway. They know that they're not going to get SEO results, so they better try to sell you all this other nonsense so they can maximize the amount of money they extract from you before you leave because you're angry because you got no results from them. I don't know what to tell you. Just do good quality SEO and it won't even be an issue. Like, it will literally not be an issue. We so seldom have a client leave because they're usually at the top of the search engines being super successful. Like, keeping a client has okay, of all the things that I've struggled with in SEO and running an agency, like sales, for example, I've struggled very much with doing sales because, as I mentioned on another episode, I'm not really a salesy kind of person, okay? Of all the things that I've struggled with, keeping a client is literally at the bottom of the list. Like, you do good work and they stay. It's not hard. Like, I honestly don't get it. And I can't think of anything else to say about it right now. So I'm going to end this episode now. I hope it was useful and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope this episode was helpful. And if you have any questions or if there's anything that you want me to talk about on a future episode, you can email me at hello@grumpyseoguy.com. And I'll talk to you later. You're listening to Grumpy SEO Guy, the SEO podcast that doesn't waste your time with nonsense that doesn't work. Join us next Wednesday when we talk about answers to some of the questions from our listeners.